Now we have to close the furnace rear wall. Lift the lower arch panel followed by rear wall intermediate panel and burner panel. Now we can see cross-section view of previous animation to have clear understanding. We have completed all pressure parts erection in first and PCP pass of furnace. Now we have to erect the balance wall panels and coils in HCP pass. Lift and erect the cage front wall top panel. Top portion cage front wall panel consists of bare tubes without fins. Erect and weld these bare tubes with the stubs of the roof intermediate header. Lift the cage front bottom panel along with the bottom header and weld with the top panel. Now let's us see the view along with the right side wall panels and boiler structure. The roof tubes for the HCP pass is not provided as loose tubes. They are supplied in panel form. Now the same has to be erected before erection of all the coils in the HCP pass. Roof panel contains openings for the economiser stinger tubes, primary superheater coil and reheater loop tube. Weld one end of the roof panel with the stub of roof intermediate header. Now we will see the same animation with the right side wall and boiler structure in hidden mode. Lift the panel using the two hoists supported at the both ends of panel. Weld one end of the roof panel with the stub of roof intermediate header. Lift the HCP pass rear top panel using the lifting lugs provided on the panel. The panel should not be now erected to the corresponding position. The panel has to be laced with nearby tie beam of boiler structure. This is done to facilitate primary superheater coil erection without any hindrance. Stinger tubes are the loose tubes which is extending from economiser intermediate header to economiser outlet header. Also stinger tubes aids in supporting the reheater horizontal coil and primary superheater horizontal coil. Insert all the stinger tubes of both front and rear economiser outlet header through the roof wall panel openings and weld with the headers. Stinger tubes connect the economiser intermediate header with the outlet header. Front stinger stubs are provided with arrangements to hold the reheater crossover tubes, whereas rear tubes are bare. Primary superheater vertical coil consists of 4 tubes and the pitch between these tubes are maintained by these separators. These separators are provided at top and bottom portion. At end of the tube is provided with anti-vibration attachment. Lift the same set of another vertical tubes. Insert the rectangular bar between the anti-vibration bar attachment. The rectangular bar is welded with the anti-vibration bar attachment. After stinger tube's erection, next step is erection of primary superheater vertical tube. Like stinger tubes, lift the individual primary superheater vertical tube and insert through the opening in the roof panel. Weld the primary superheater vertical tubes with the primary superheater outlet header. Similar to primary superheater coil, reheater crossover tubes also provided with the separators which maintain the pitch between tubes. Lift the reheater crossover tubes using the separators. The reheater crossover tubes has to be inserted through the gap between the cage front wall tubes and rear screen tubes. So erection methodology, as shown, shall be followed. The lip of the reheater crossover tube protrudes through the opening in cage roof wall. Weld these tubes with the already erected reheater tubes. The reheater crossover tubes are locked with the attachment provided on the stinger tubes. Primary superheater horizontal tubes consists of series of coils. The pitch of these tubes are maintained by the attachment provided on the stinger tubes. The stinger tubes are provided with attachment on both sides. 2 sets of coils are attached to single stinger tubes. Primary superheater horizontal coils also provided with anti-vibration bar. It consists of a rectangular plate provided with holes according to pitch of coil. Another rectangular plate consists of pins welded according to the pitch of these holes. Insert the pins through the holes and weld the pins. In order for clear understanding of the lifting arrangement, the cage rear wall panel is hidden. For erection of primary superheater coils, we need to make the following lifting arrangement. A wire rope is tied between 2 supports welded on the boiler structure on both sides of cage wall panel. A pulley is suspended over these ropes. Lift the coil with these lifting arrangement. Erect the coil to the position and weld the same with the vertical tubes which are seated previously. Also weld these stinger tubes one end with the stinger tubes which are erected previously. Rope puller is attached to the pulley which aids in horizontal movement of the pulley for erecting another set of coils. Cage rear wall top panel was laced with the boiler structure previously. Now the same shall be brought to its position after complete erection of primary superheater horizontal coils. The cage rear wall top panel shall be released from chain block and moved to its position slowly. The primary superheater horizontal coils protrudes through the fin openings provided on the cage rear wall top panel. Move the panel slowly in horizontal direction and weld these panel with one end of cage roof panel.